Hi, my name is Cindy and I'm 25 years old. I'm in a POC support group on Facebook, and then I saw the post and I immediately was like, wow, I have to go there. I want to be part of that. I came out of a very complicated phase in my life, and when I saw that it's just women of color, and I felt like it's a community where I can grow. The vibe was super sweet. Everyone was so warm and welcomed me, and it was very beautiful actually. I really enjoyed the dynamic of the group. That it was not that Golnar was the teacher and she was standing there and saying to us, yeah, this is not right, you have to go and do it like that or like this. It was more a friend who was pushing your limits and who was super sweet, but also making clear and always reminds you that you can improve and you can do better and you can push your limits. And I also loved just the chats in between the painting. There was also part of the process to get to know each other, to help each other, to get inspired by other people, by the stories of the people, but also by the painting skills. I think that it has a huge impact that we're just women of color in this group, because there is an understanding between us that it's just there. Even though we're so different, every one of us is so different, but we have something in common, and that's why we can talk about shame, for example, and we understand each other in a way that a random white man in the subway wouldn't understand me. I think that it's amazing that we're doing that a whole year and not just a month or 2 or 3, because we get to know each other, we can build friendships.
My name is Ava. I've been living in Berlin for about 4 years now. I was born and raised in Germany. My parents came from Iran. Art was something I kind of shut down during my childhood, adolescent years, when I felt like I just don't have that talent. This is not part of, I'm not talented, I'm not good at this, so why do it? As I grew older, I realized that there's so many things I shut down just because I felt like I wasn't good enough at it, but they can provide such a beautiful new space or form of expression. And so this seemed like the perfect opportunity to enter it in a safe space and a non-judgmental space, and with other especially women with similar, or at least similar backgrounds, or rather similar experiences with their backgrounds. I remember I was very excited, especially to come to a group of women and a community in a sort of way without having met anyone before. And so I came with a lot of like little butterflies in my stomach, and just arriving felt so comforting. It was a very welcoming space. I felt like everyone was very open to receive and to give, and from right away I felt comfortable sharing. And I think Golnar was so good at creating this space for everyone, because it doesn't feel like you're being talked at or taught. It's like what I would truly call someone a facilitator rather than a teacher or lecturer. Golnar creates this space for everyone to come together, and she herself is so vulnerable with us and open with us that it's like, showing by or teaching by example in a way, and it's been really beautiful to enter this space. I think what I've enjoyed the most about this workshop is that I've been challenged a lot. I try to find situations where I challenge myself, but oftentimes with certain aspects of my life it's just so difficult because I like to stay in my comfort zone. But with this workshop, it's been challenging and comforting. Every time I come, or I join a Zoom call, or I come to the meeting, I come with the intention to allow myself to move out of the comfort zone, and then Golnar reminds us that we should do that, and that reminder and also observing everyone else and the willingness allows me to enter the challenging zone, and that's something I really appreciate about the workshop. It's a very unique way I've connected with the women in the group. It's like through this art form and through this vulnerability without knowing much about them. I would like to stay in touch and continue this journey that we actually started together, because it's a very special one to me.
من غزل هستم، 27 سالمه، 2 ساله که اومدم آلمان، دانشجوی ارشد معماری هستم و اینجا درس میخونم. اولش فکر میکردم که یه کلاس نقاشی میتونه باشه، تکنیک نقاشی یاد بگیرم و اصلا هیچ ایده‌ای نداشتم که شاید این کلاس بتونه روی اعتماد به نفس من اثر بذاره و این نکته‌ایه که من خیلی راجع به این کلاس دوست دارم. احساس میکنم که هیچ متد دیگه‌ای نمیتونست روی اعتماد به نفس من اثر بذاره، چون وقتی که مهاجرت میکنیم میایم یک کشور دیگه توی پوسته خودمونیم، میترسیم خودمون رو اکسپرس کنیم، بیان کنیم و هر چقدر کتاب بخونی، جمله بخونی، احساس میکنم که خیلی اثر ضعیفتری داره روی ما تا اینکه واقعا توی این کلاس رو درک میکنی که هیچ قضاوتی نیست و خود واقعیتی. احساس میکنم که فقط اگر ما زن هستیم و دختریم خیلی راحت تر میتونیم که اکسپرس کنیم خود واقعیمون رو بدون اینکه خجالت بکشیم، چون مسائلی هست که بین هممون مشترکه و نیازی به توضیحش شاید خیلی نباشه. امتحان نکرده بودم که وقتی میخوام آروم بشم یا خودم رو اکسپرس کنم برم به هنر پناه ببرم، ولی این کلاس واقعا این رو به من یاد داد، چون موقع‌هایی بوده که خیلی اعصابم خورد بوده، نمیدونستم چی کار کنم و به نقاشی کردم پناه بردم و این واقعا کمک کرده بود که تو اون لحظات آروم‌تر بشم. اصلا احساس میکنم اعتماد به نفس و من جور دیگه‌ای نمیتونستم درکش کنم، ولی وقتی میدونم تو این کلاس هیچ، یعنی قانون اول اینه که هیچ قضاوتی نیست، این باعث شد که من جرأت پیدا کنم و یواش یواش الان 6 ماه از این کلاس گذشته من این رو توی نه فقط نقاشی، توی زندگی الانم هم درک میکنم که بهش رسیدم.
Hi, I'm Vishaki. I'm from Singapore and Australia, and I've been living in Berlin for about a year now. The course sounded like exactly what I needed, a chance to meet people, a chance to kind of maybe express myself through art in a kind of a non-judgmental, less formal space. I've never been part of a group like this. Actually, in university, I once did an art module, a painting module, and I found it actually a really unpleasant experience. I just felt completely lost among people who were very good at art, but very like intent on their own practice, and so I came out of it feeling still quite disillusioned. And I think when I was young as well, when I used to do art classes, I automatically put myself into this category of not being good, like not being talented, and I think that was always a block that served to stop me from doing art. So I think this course has taught me that art is, it's not so much about technically good or bad. Just really piqued my interest in art in general, like the more technical side of it, but also how you can use it to express something, to convey a message. And since I've started, I think I've done a lot more art in my free time. Something I really like about this group is just how welcoming it is, and I think it's hard to underestimate, like hard to put a value on how good it is to have a space where everyone is really supportive. And one of the things I really like about the course is how you also find out more about yourself and more about other people as well. And for example, after we paint, I really like that we all get around in a circle and talk about each other's work in a way that's not critical, but yeah, we share our experiences, and I really like that. I haven't found that in any other art space that I've done. I think from the very first class when I came in, it was just a good atmosphere, and people were willing to share so openly on the very first time in a space where no one really knew each other, and that was really impressive. I really have rarely experienced the power of community. Like, I'm quite I suppose an introverted person, but I also don't really like to hang out in big groups. So this is one of the first times that I've actually like been in a group with like 11 people, and it's really nice.
من مریمم 28 سالمه، از ایران اومدم. کلاس‌ها رو از طریق دوره قبلی که برگزار می‌شده که از دوستانم تو شرکت می‌کرد که به منم گفت بیام، ولی خب من نتونستم، اون موقع درگیر سری مسائل بودم. خیلی چیز متفاوتی بود و خیلی خوشحالم از که تجربهش کردم. هیچ چارچوب و محدودیتی وجود نداشت که اول با مداد، اول این تکنیک، اول این کارو بکن. این محدودیت‌ها وقتی وجود نداره، هم اعتماد به نفس آدم میره بالاتر، هم شرایطی رو به وجود میاره که بیشتر بتونی خودت اکسپرس بکنی. خیلی جالب بود به خاطر اینکه من خیلی تجربه بودن تو فضای زنانه رو نداشتم. اخیراً تجربهش کردم و به نظرم خیلی جذاب، خیلی علیرغم اون کلیشه‌هایی که وجود داره، خیلی آدم حامی هم دیگه، به هم انرژی میدن و صرفا اینجا جمع نقاشی نمی‌کشیم، حتی وقتایی روی عواطف و احساسات هم دیگه هم تاثیر می‌ذاریم. فکر می‌کنم که مثلا واسه دوره‌های بعدی شاید جالب باشه که این ترکیب به هم نخوره، ولی مثلا زنای ترنس هم بهش اضافه بشن. این هم با توجه به شرایط روحی و کمک‌هایی که این کلاس میکنه، من فکر می‌کنم براشون خیلی خوب و لازمه و همین که یه فضایی رو ایجاد بکنه که سیس‌جندرها و ترنس‌ها کنار هم باشن و ببینن میتونن با هم دیگه فضای امنی رو تجربه بکنن. توی یه همچین شرایطی، توی همچین ورکشاپی میتونه یه تاثیر خیلی طولانی مدت و بی‌نظیری بذاره. از یک جلسه که گلنار گفت خواباتون رو بشینین بنویسین، من این خوابا رو نمی‌دونستم دلیلش چیه که داریم کار می‌کنیم، ولی خب می‌نوشتم و تصورم این بود که قراره اینا رو بکشیم یا یه جوری به تصویر درشون بیاریم و خیلی جالب بود. یکم کنترلم روی کابوسام داره بیشتر میشه، به خاطر اینکه مدام تو این فکرم که این کابوس رو چجوری به تصویر بکشم. مثلا این یه تمرینی بود که توی دوره تراپی به من داده شد، ولی من هیچ وقت نتونستم، شهامتش رو نداشتم، ولی توی این ورکشاپ پیدا کردم. هنر رو مثل همون کلیشه‌های مرسوم میدم، یه سری باید هنرمند باشن، حرفه‌ای باشن، اونا اثر هنری تولید میکنن. هیچ وقت اینجوری که بیاد ارتباط پیدا بکنه با موقعیت‌های زندگی بهش نگاه نکرده بودم. این ورکشاپ حداقل برای من و فکر می‌کنم بقیه بچه‌ها تا حدی صرفاً اومدن اینجا تکنیک یاد گرفتن، نقاشی کردن یا دور هم وقت گذروندن یا حتی همین حرف زدن، ارتباط برقرار کردن، چون این اصلا یک الگویی داد، یه الگوی موفقیه از این سیسترهود، خواهرانگی که من می‌بینم برای حداقل توی گروه ما خارج از این ورکشاپ ما روابطمون رو برقرار کردیم، داریم ادامه میدیم این قضیه رو، حالا چه به وسیله عموما هم به وسیله هنر با قراره هنری که میذاریم و این یه هول مهمیه که فکر می‌کنم خیلی احتیاجش دارن ولی جدیش نمیگیرن و امیدوارم که این ورکشاپ ها ادامه پیدا بکنه و ببینیم آدمایی مثل ما این تجربه خوب داشته باشن.
شکوفه هستم، 3 ساله که از ایران خارج شدم، 2 سال برلین زندگی میکنم. من سال قبل یه دوستی داشتم که کلاس رو شرکت میکرد، بعد خیلی کنجکاو بودم راجع به کلاس. خیلی آزاد ما میتونستیم یه نقاشی کنیم که اصلا فورسی نیست توش ازش که تو بخوای از چه چیزی استفاده کنی یا حتما چه چیزی رو باید بکشی. این چیزی که تو ذهنت میاد و آزادی صحبت کردن راجع بهش، این چیزا که جلسه اول من دیدم همشو، خب نه اصلا این انتظار ازش نداشتم. مثلا رشته خودم هم معماری خوندم، خیلی علاقه دارم مثلا کلا به خط کشیدن، ولی هیچ وقت این جرأت رو نداشتم که از رنگ استفاده کنم. اون ترس منو شکست، باعث شد که نقاشی کنم بیشتر. ما راجع به کارامون تو کلاس صحبت میکنیم همیشه و اینکه جاجمنتی توی قضیه نیست خیلی خوبه و کاملا راحت میتونی تو راجع به ایده‌ای که داری، راجع به اتفاقایی که حتی واسط افتاده که باعث شده تو این فکر رو بکنی، این ایده تو ذهنت بیاد، میتونی راحت صحبت کنی. معمولا این اتفاق نمیفته. خیلی ترسا رو تو من شکسته دیگه. حالا میگم استفاده از رنگ که اصلا یه بخششه، توی زندگی عادیم هم همینطوری تاثیر گذاشته، باعث شده که بچه‌ای که توی کلاسن بدون اینکه تو رو بشناسن تمام احساسات تو راجع به اون قضیه درک کنن، اصلا بتونن بشناسنت با کارت. این یه کانکشنی بین بچه‌ها ایجاد کرده که بیرون از اینجا هم، بیرون از کلاسمون، بیرون از ورکشاپ هم ما این ارتباط رو داریم. من خیلی این کلاس رو واقعا به بقیه پیشنهاد میکنم، چون همین فضای وایب زنانه‌ای که بین مثلا هستش توی کلاس خیلی احساس راحتی رو ایجاد کرده که من کمتر تونستم مثلا توی فضاهایی که تو برلین وارد میشدم پیدا کنم. و واسه کسی که به نظرم مهاجرت کرده از شهر، از کشور خودش، واقعا توصیه میشه، چون میبینه کسای دیگه شبیه خودش هم هستن.
I'm Aida. I'm here in Germany to study actually, also create or achieve whatever I have in my mind. After the first session, introduction, I got the point, and it was exactly the thing that I was searching for. It was like to visioning the art as a medium that can be publicized and given back to the people. So I can just claim that it was much better than I thought. I mean, I saw different dimensions of this workshop afterwards. The other remarkable thing that I think that we all could achieve too was exactly the community making procedure that we didn't expect maybe, but it happened to all of us, because I think the most important points for this like sense of gathering and sharing our experience and having sympathy toward each other is because we share the background of migration and also our gender-based experiences. Our relationship is not like just limited to some like just for art, just for gathering, for sessions of art expression. No, it can be like we can have our own contacts. We can share our experiences, how to deal with challenges of daily life. We can have like more plans for further works. So I don't know, like even artworks or just making adventures, or I don't know, even sharing our feelings. Feeling yourself in a circle of people where it's safe and where you can express yourself without fear of being judged or being understood through the normative system. It was, for me, it was an opportunity to see what I can do, what I am able of doing in this safe space, which I don't have it in the outer world. Actually, I feel more comfortable with myself, with my I know my own abilities. I know that others also can be that much strong and be able to somehow make great changes. Everyone should try it, and it's the first step to make at least the way that we live or the environment that we share much better and much human.
My name is Anna. I'm from Brazil. I live in Berlin since last year. And I'm a visual artist. My background is in filmmaking. Mirror of Creation for me was like a homecoming project, because I was 3 months in Berlin, and then I found this group, I found this project, and I was like, okay, this is something really interesting. It helped me to understand better other cultures, other opinions and points of view. To be around women and to be a part of a group that is focused on expression through art, it's something that I never experienced before. I'm more like self-taught kind of artist, so it gets kind of lonely sometimes. It's really good to be around women because you see yourself in them. You see yourself in so many different shades and stories, and so in a way it's like to have a glimpse in your own personalities and in your own fears. And when we are together creating, it feels more free. It feels more easy to have conversations and to be vulnerable when you have to. To be part of this group, for me, it would change me forever, not only as an artist, but especially as a person. Because when you get out of your comfort zone, when you actually challenge yourself to get to know people and get to understand their stories, it changes you. There is no coming back from that. For a woman, especially for a woman, this is something that we need everywhere. This is something that I wish we had in Brazil, for example, because we all need this kind of group, this kind of backup. To find this kind of place, this kind of project, it's really amazing, because sometimes you need to get out and you need to reach the right people, and the right people will help you and will challenge you, and this is absolutely necessary.